and we are live with the newspaper headlines here on Top TV's Newspaper Review. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Williams Abule, and this is where we'll be bringing you the headlines. All right, stay connected to us by first subscribing to this channel. To do that, you need to click on the subscribe key and, of course, the notification button. That will help you to get notified whenever we come up with new episodes of the program. All right, I'll bring you the newspaper headlines shortly, but that will be after this break. Welcome back from that break. All right, let's go into the headlines, and we'll start from Nigerian Tribune, the Nigerian Tribune that is for today, the 15th day of April 2022. And let's start from the top part of that paper. It says, Plateau attack. We have buried 106 people so far, says LG chairman. And you find that on page 29 of the Nigerian Tribune here. And as the headliner here on the Nigerian Tribune, we see 2022 revised budget. NAS, that's the National Assembly, approves 4 trillion naira for fuel subsidy. Police get 182 billion as salary increment. INEC allocated 219,544 billion naira. Federal government gives nod to 17.320 trillion naira. Total budget for 2022 fiscal year. All of that details you see on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. All right, we move on to other headlines here on the Nigerian Tribune. We say gunmen kill INEC official in Imo during voter registration. Commission suspends exercise. Page 28. That's where you find details of that story on the Nigerian Tribune. All right, we take on other newspaper headlines. We go to This Day newspaper. And on This Day newspaper, as the headliner here, we see Council of State receives briefing on insecurity. Dariye in Nyame, 157 orders pardoned. All right. Then we also see under that, we see rejects Atushe, 2 orders. Buhari meets CDS service chiefs Tuesday for the government to conduct consensus in April 2023. All right, so this day is where you'll find all of that details. Other headlines here, we see U.S. report, Nigerian judicial officers demand bribe for favorable rulings. Alleges EFCC, ICPC only after low-level corruption cases. All right, and then we go to the bottom part of the same This Day newspaper. We say U.S. State Department approves $1 billion sale of Cobra attack helicopters to Nigeria, delayed over human rights concerns. All right, let's go to other headlines on newspapers here. And next will be Daily Sun newspaper. And on the Daily Sun newspaper, from the top part of that paper, we see Kaduna killings. Unite, defend yourselves against bandits. IPOP tells youths. Nigeria may be in dilemma if Kanu is not released soon. IYM speaking there. All right. Police kill gunman in Anambra, recover weapons. That's on page 4 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And as the headliner here, we see federal government proposes April 2023 for consensus. Buhari to meet security chiefs Tuesday. Approves pardon for 159 inmates. All of that's on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. All right. Then we take this one lastly on the Daily Sun newspaper. It says 2023 Governor Bala Mohammed woos PDP NAS caucus, promises to restore dignity of legislator. And then we see this one, Nigerians kick against NAS OK's 4 trillion naira for petrol subsidy. You see that on page 8 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Okay, we move on, and next paper will be the Daily Trust newspaper. And on Daily Trust newspaper here, we see as a headliner, 8 years after, 24 Chibok parents dead, 109 girls still in captivity. BBOG, that's Bring Back Our Girls, 6 reforms against kidnapping. 1,500 students abducted, amnesty. 11,536 schools closed, UNICEF. So find details of all of that on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Moving on, we go to other headlines here. It says Council of State okays April 2023 for consensus, pardons 159 convicts. And at the bottom part of the Daily Trust newspaper there, we see why foreign airlines mauled ticket sales in dollars. Backtrack following uproar. Trapped funds push operators to edge. All of that's on page 18 of the Daily Trust newspaper. All right, we go next to Nigerian News Direct. And on Nigeria's News Direct, as the headliner, we see money laundering, terrorism prevention bills. Nigeria risk blacklist. Buhari writes Senate. Lawmakers must treat both bills with urgency. A hindero. All right, that's on page 3 of the Nigerian News Direct newspaper. And then at the top part of the paper there, we see my emergence portends victory for APC in future elections. Omishore speaking there. And also we take this one. It's a National Council of State pardons 2 convicted ex-governors. 157 orders. All right, at the bottom part of that same paper, we see NCC, Google collaborate to drive Nigeria's digital transformation. All right, we'll go to the Vanguard newspaper, and that's the last paper I'll be taking on this very fine Friday. All right, and the headliner here says, Plateau Massacre, how 106 persons were killed in one night. More than 100 houses razed. Killers went after men, gathered women under trees in attacked villages, embarked on selective burning of houses, allowed women return to their burnt homes after concluding operation. We are ready to negotiate with terrorists, says families of abducted train passengers. We are ready to negotiate with terrorists, says families of abducted train passengers. Accuse federal government of doing nothing to rescue their loved ones 18 days after. Demand immediate release of 141 persons still in custody of terrorists. All right, all of that you find the details on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. All right, moving on, we see Nigeria limping to disaster. Emeka Anyoko speaking there. All right, and at the bottom part, we see gunmen on rampage in Anambra, Imo, Bayelsa. Kill INEC staff in Imo. Gunman shot by police in Anambra. ASU strike. Go back to your students, federal government tells striking varsity lecturers. All right, that's all the headlines we'll be taking at this moment. But stay with us. We'll be right back with our conversation segment. And that's where we'd love you to get engaged with us by dropping your comments and your reactions on the comment section. And just to remind you, we're also on other social media handles. We have our handles on Facebook as TAP TV. On Instagram is TAP TV_NJ, and on Twitter it's at TAP TV. So do well to connect with us on all of these platforms. I'll be right back with the discussion segment after this break.
Have you registered for your permanent voter's card? I mean, your PVC. There is a Nigeria we all seek, a place where love, peace, security, and unity can reign supreme.
Waste no time. We want a country where peace and justice will be the order of the day.
Unfortunately, there's a problem. One big challenge this generation has to solve.
Our country cries for help every day. We need able and capable hands to lead and direct.
These capable hands can be you. Have you gotten your PVC? Have you registered for the ongoing voting process? Don't say your vote does not count. Yes, it does.
Have you gotten your PVC? Your apathy towards Nigeria's electioneering process will further inhibit our collective growth and development as a nation. Your refusal to participate and engage will keep us at a standstill. So be intentional.
I have my PVC. Your votes, your voice would go a long way in preventing absolute destruction of this country and the future of our children, the hope of tomorrow.
The 2023 Nigerian elections are just around the corner. Go out and get heard. Don't forget, your vote, your voice. This message is proudly brought to you by THAV Media Limited. All right, welcome back from that short break. Thank you very much for staying with us up to this time. And it's our discussion segment. Yes, there's no one here with me, but I have Mr. Victor Sioku join me via phone call because he's out of town. Mr. Victor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, sir.
All right, thank you very much for joining us from live from where you are. So let's dive into the conversations for today. And I want to begin our conversations from Nigerian News Direct that reports about the National Council of State pardons 2 convicted ex-governors and 157 others. What's your reaction to that story? I mean, do you think these people deserve the pardon that has been given to them?
Okay, well, you know, we are in a very, well, I say, funny state in this country because I think this is not the right time to be talking about pardon because we have a lot in our hands as a nation. In fact, insecurity right now has never been at this height. Okay, so I don't expect us to be talking about pardoning some persons that really inflicted these issues, this havoc on the nation. Okay, and coming from the fact that another insensitive part of this whole detailing is that 2 ex-governors were also pardoned in this report. And these 2 ex-governors are persons that really dealt with the economy of their states. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Joshua Dariye of Plateau State.
Yes, Plateau, yeah.
Okay, these people, they really dealt on this on the nation at large. Okay, why would you grant such offer to persons like Dariye who was convicted? He was tried, in as much as it took years, but he was tried and convicted for stealing 1.16 billion naira. Okay, that's a whole lot of money.
A whole lot of money, yeah.
And mind you, he was given about 16 years to serve, which was reduced further down to 10 years.
And now he has been pardoned.
And now there is a pardon. Okay, now this same governor of Plateau State and Taraba State, these 2 governors cross-carpeted from PDP to APC. In as much as, yes, the APC government, they are like trying to say that, okay, these guys moved from these guys were convicted or they were tried while in PDP, but now they've moved to APC. And you are now giving them that pardon. What are we now seeing? Already there are insinuations, not just insinuations, these are mere facts that once you move over to the APC, the ruling party,
your sins are forgiven.
Your sins are forgiven.
It's true.
So I think it's so insensitive of this government at a time like this. It's so insensitive, my brother. And they should, yes, they also owe, my brother. There's also this case of a thief, because I need to call the person a thief, because how would you steal 25 billion naira? Okay, this is not a politician though, but I don't know how that his file came to the table for pardon. Okay, somebody that stole 25 billion and you are calling for pardon. And mind you, these guys don't return this money. So.
They don't. Well,
okay, they don't return. Even if they return, they don't return. In many cases, they don't return up to 50% of that money.
Yeah.
And when they come out, they'll have enough money to go for political positions.
You know, that's what I was going to say, that, you know, now that they've been granted pardon, it doesn't mean that they are not going to get back into active politics. You'll find that within the next 1 or 2 years, these guys are, you know, ready to come back into politics and even hold offices. I mean, look at Omishere in the APC, the current national secretary of the party. that have been accused of, allegedly killing or involved in the death of Bola Ige. But today he's the national chairman of APC, and many other politicians alike that have, gone past this level of, situation and become participants in our politics today. And it's something that should change. It's not something that we should carry on. You get my point, Mr. Victor? Hello, Mr.
Very
Victor?
pathetic, my brother. Yeah. Very pathetic at this point.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Let's delve into another headlines, and that will be gunmen on rampage in Anambra, Imo, Bayelsa. Kill INEC staff in Imo. Gunmen shot by police in Anambra. So there's been a video trending, not just the video. You can see the report here also saying that gunmen are on rampage going to destroy INEC registration centers, and this has caused a lot of fear in the minds of would-be voters that are registering for their PVCs. What's your reaction to that story?
Well, I saw the video yesterday and I almost shed a tear. Okay? So, it has gotten this bad that these miscreants will come to a registration point, a voters registration center, and they'll be harassing innocent citizens.
Yeah.
Harmless citizens. And the very freaky thing about this situation is that many a times the victims happens to be close relatives, okay? Because there was also this incident that this so-called they are a faction of IPOB. This faction of IPOB, they went to a community. Some persons, some of the bad guys went to a community where they come from to attack their brothers, their sisters, their elders. So it has gone so bad. I just wonder what has happened to these persons.
Yeah.
This is not the Igbos. The Igbos are not known for this type of violence. I grew up in the eastern region of this country, and as a young man, the only place you see violence being melted on somebody is when that person steals. Okay, but in this case, people are being killed for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, and there is this report that the INEC official in that center was killed.
Yes, it was.
It's so sad. I watched the video. People are, as innocent persons, were on the floor, and these so-called IPOB members were just abusing innocent lives. All in the name of that they don't want an election in Biafra, in so-called Biafran land in 2023.
Sorry to cut you, Mr. Victor, but then I want to ask, what do you think would be the reaction? How do you think this is going to affect, the would-be voters that are now coming out en masse to register for the upcoming election? Do you think this is going to?
Oh my brother! Who will it be? Okay, that a particular area that some criminal elements came to that center to harass people, to even kill. Who will go there to register? Who will? The person will have to have a special grace and a special courage to say, okay, I'm going there. In fact, which INEC official will want to go to that center to conduct a voters registration? These people, they've infused fear in the lives of ordinary Nigerians. Just like what is happening with the Monday sit at home. The governors have come out, especially the governor of Anambra State. He has come. He has tried his best, but these guys won't stop at this. They won't stop. Well, for me, they need to go head on, okay, because I think the reason why this escalated, because they took it lightly. Okay, they took it lightly. That's why these guys have they've worked out so much thick skin about this whole thing, and that's why I also I also give it up for the governor of Rivers State. These guys tried this thing over in Rivers State, and he came out strong. He went on head on with these persons. Right now, look at Imo State. As you can see the governor is so scared. He does not even Monday sit at home. He stays at home with these people. So what do you expect when the man that's supposed to come out there in front of the battlefield is running away? What then happens to the ordinary citizen of the state?
So his body language is not strong enough to put these people off.
My brother, they should go head on with these people. Enough is enough.
All right, thank you very much for that analysis. And then let's talk about Plateau State. We see a report from there saying that 106 persons were killed in one night. That's a huge number of people dying in one night. And I don't know, the federal government hasn't been doing much about the security situation. Under that, we saw something that is really striking. The families of the abductees from the train attack along the Kaduna Abuja way says they are ready to negotiate with, these terrorists so that they can get their people back, their family members back. What's your reaction to all of that?
My brother, okay, let me start with the victims of the kidnap. Okay, now I was going through the news the other day. I saw that they've even had a committee, a family member, more like a general family committee, more like if you are a member of your family has been kidnapped, you join this particular forum. And it's so sad. It's so sad that it has gotten to this level, that these people, they do not will I say, they feel that the government do not have enough powers again. Okay, for them to come together,
they want to help themselves.
Yes, for them to come together to say, see, let's come together and find a way. This government, for how many weeks now? These people are still in Nigeria, for crying out loud. They released a video, and even from the video, somebody had to do a thorough analysis of that zone. Okay, and the person was able to show a matching picture of the mountain, showing the mountain, how it is a relatable area. Okay, so please, these people, they've gone to the extent of helping themselves. Okay, and this should tell a story. This should send a signal to the government that they failed this family. How many weeks going? No trace of where their loved ones are.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Victor, I'm going to have to cut you there, but that's all we can take today. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the time.
All right. And to our viewers, thank you for staying with us up to this time. Hope you've enjoyed our conversation as regards the headlines this great Friday morning. All right. Till next time I come your way again, my name is William Sabule. Don't forget to engage with us on all our social media platforms. I'll see you next time.